Well, I've got to say, that was quite the race there at Gateway. The NASCAR Cup Series, and this was round 15 of the season, the Enjoy Illinois 300. And yeah, we have another Ford winning. We have another team in Ford winning with Penske. But up until that final lap, we thought it would be the reigning champion, Ryan Blaney, who had outsmarted Christopher Bell on strategy, though even though Bell was catching up, all of a sudden he had performance issues. I think speculation is it was engine or gearbox, which meant that he dropped way back down the order. Ended up finishing still inside the top 10 though. Still got 7th, despite all of that. But then, you look at the end result and you look at it and you just think, hang on, where's the 12 car gone? Ryan Blaney in the 12 ended up finishing 24th because he ran out of fuel, which meant that his teammate Austin Cindric ended up picking up the win. Cindric, who... is this his first win since he won the Daytona 500? Ended up leading more races in this race than he has in any other race in his career. And it was a fine performance from him. He was just consistent. He was able to deliver. And to a degree, all of the Penske's were. Joey Logano gets top 5 at the end of the day. And Brad Keselowski, again, gets 3rd, showing that RFK machine is running right up at the pointy end of the field. So it looks like Ford have finally started to turn this dark horse around. Almost like it's a dark horse for the championship. Other main stories from these final results. Denny Hamlin in 2nd, Tyler Reddick in 4th, Austin Dillon was the best Chevy in 6th, then Hocevar the rookie in 8th, and we did get a Hendrick in the top 10. Kyle Larson just got into the top 10 at the expense of Ryan Blaney. However, Larson seems to, according to some of the official standings, have his playoff points missing. Now, that's the whole debate over the waiver. For me, personally, I think Chase Elliott got a waiver last year, even though he got suspended for hooking Denny Hamlin to the outside wall, and that's as the driver. Bubba Wallace, I mean, he was driving the 45 at the time, but when he ended up hooking Kyle Larson into the wall in 2022, he technically, I guess, got a waiver, but it was more that there was a playoff waiver given to the 45 car, which already had a playoff waiver because of Kurt Busch's injury. But, yeah, it's a bit surprising. I have a feeling that it's almost like it's kind of doing it for Netflix. Like, oh, we got the drama. Is Larson going to make it? But we've had good races. The only times that we've had even close to dud races have been the last couple of weeks. The All-Star race was alright, but the 600 was, I would argue, the first proper dud race of the season. So you don't need the drama, because there's natural drama in this thing. I mean, look at the fact that in this top 10, I think is it only Gibbs and Penske who repeat themselves? And even then, you've got 2 in the top 5 for Penske, and then Bell in 7th and Hamlin in 2nd, and Bell dropped off having contended for the win. You had no team absolutely dominating. You had drivers who were up at the front, but you don't have, like, all 3 Penske's, they weren't going to be in the top 5. And at the same time, we were going to have 2 JGRs in the top 4, maybe in the top 5, but it wasn't going to be, 1, 2 either. This is what I enjoy about NASCAR. It's a bit like the BTCC in that sense, because you can have a wildcard moment like this, and that makes things even trickier for drivers such as Kyle Busch, who really lost out when he got really aggressive with Kyle Larson, and then Larson got loose into 1 because he had the air stolen from under him, and Busch had to park it. And that was rotten luck for him, who, well, is trying to get, is it 20 years in a row of race wins? That would be cool to see. But he's running out of time to do it now. I think they said going into this race there were a handful of drivers like Busch, Blaney, and Martin Truex Jr. Oh, and Joey Logano, who were still waiting to win points playing races. Even though by this time last year all 4 of them had. And that's going to be a big deal for the rest of the season, because what it means is you've got Suarez and Cindric, who are 18th and 19th in points, into the playoffs. So what that does is it pushes the likes of Logano and Briscoe out. So the cutoff right now is Chris Buescher, I think. Or if the waiver never gets granted to Larson. Potentially Briscoe. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.